Welcome to Fame Frequency. I'm so excited. This is going to be so fun. Obviously, you can tell the vibe. We're real, we're raw, we're authentic. We say it like it is here. Okay. So, as you're popping on in the chat, just let us know where you're located in the world so that we can just feel into where we are tapping into our fame frequency all over the globe. I love it. I love it. Thank you for being here live for those who carved out the space to join us live. And for those who are catching the replay, this is going to be as potent as if you were live here today. So I have a question for all of you, Paris, France. Yes. I want to know when I say fame frequency, right? You all came into this live transmission or replayed transmission and identity activation for a reason. And so when I say fame frequency, I just want you to tap into what frequency feels like for you. Okay. And so I also want to know, drop a fire in the chat, fire emoji, if you are so ready to be the one, that bitch, whatever it is, who is known and highly paid for being all of you, who is known and highly paid to exist. I want to see fire emojis in the chat. Yes. Okay. They're flying in hot. Amazing. Amazing. Yes. So today we're going to reconfigure your frequency, your identity, and we're going to tap into your true frequency of who the fuck you are, who you've always been. And I want you to think of this as a coming home to yourself. Okay. And this is just coming through me very potently and powerfully, is that our frequency can get very easily tainted by other people in our field. And this is not only in real life, IRL, this is also on social media. And so, what I invite you to do as you are remembering who the fuck you are today, I invite you to have this line in the sand moment. We're going to have a bunch of line in the sand moments today. Today's going to change everything for you on the 7-7 portal. And I invite you to have this line in the sand moment where it's like, my frequency, I decide that my frequency is no longer going to be fucked with. Okay? This is a decision that you get to make, and I pop it in the chat if you're feeling it. I decide that my frequency is no longer going to be fucked with. Because when you make this decision is when you just connect into you, your body of work, source, God, universe, angels, guides, whoever, whatever you believe in. And that's what's felt. And talking about frequency, you are felt first before you even speak, before you even open up your mouth. And let me just say that again. You are felt first before you even speak. Okay. So your frequency is everything. And I want you to know what alters your frequency. And your frequency is obviously within you, but it's also felt and reconfigured in your electromagnetic field. So there's two things that alter your frequency. It's your belief systems, right? Which is your stories, habits, patterns, behaviors, and identity. Okay. As well as your emotions. So those two factors massively alter your frequency. And how amazing is it that you can reconfigure your frequency in any given moment? And this is a choice that you get to choose. And this is something you have control over. And as humans, we desire to be in control. Am I right? We love to be in control. And when we feel out of control, we feel uncertain and we feel like scattered and wobbly. We love to be in control. And how fucking amazing is it that you can control your frequency? That feels, I don't know about you, for me, that feels powerful as fuck. And that makes me feel certain. Okay. And we love the frequency of certainty because certainty shifts you into conviction, and conviction is what's felt. Okay. So, with your frequency, knowing that your beliefs and your emotions alter your frequency, if you are binging the podcast on repeat of making money is hard, I can only be successful if I struggle. It's not working. No one cares. No one sees me. No one sees my value. Or in order to create more, I have to sacrifice more time. Okay. When we are pressing play on this podcast, in your mind, your inner narrative on repeat, binging it day in and day out, I'm just going to say it, your frequency is fucked with. Okay. And I know that today, here and now, you're done with that. I saw you in Telegram claiming what it is that you're ready to release, which thank you for sharing that because you're practicing being seen. Hell yes, you can still do that. Okay. And I know that you're ready to step into your fame frequency where you are felt, where you are felt. And I want you to drop your favorite emoji in the chat that represents you. Could be a fire, who knows? Where you're like, I'm so ready to be felt. I'm ready to be felt. Okay. I know you are. And that's why you're here. Yes. Ooh, I love the emojis. Stars, arrow, hearts. Yes. Hi, Amy. I see you popping on. Fire heart. Yes. Love it, love it, love it. Ooh, girl. Oh, I love that, Jenny. Sticker of your yoga pose. Yes. She's ready to be felt. So here's the thing. Whenever we desire something, okay, there's a part of you who's like, fuck yes, I'm all in. I want this. And then there's a part of you on the flip side of the coin who's like, I don't know. It's not safe to be seen. I'm going to be judged. I'd rather just hide in my cozy comfort zone blankie wrapped around me and fly under the radar and stay where I am. Okay. And when we have the part of you who's like, fuck yes, let's go. I'm all in. And then we have the part of ourselves who's like, no, thank you. I feel uncomfortable thinking about being visible, being seen, making more money than anyone else that I know. I'd rather just put my hoodie over my head and stay where I am. Okay. And so when we have these two energetic parts going on inside of you, it feels like this when you're moving towards your goal. It's like, I want this. I'm turned on by this. Yes. No, I'm not. Ah! And then you feel this wobble. Okay. This is the energetic wobble. It's this internal battle that you have going on with yourself. And it can feel like this, or it can feel like this. But what you want to feel is this: grounded, stable, secure, and safe. And in order to do that, and in order to move forward, we get to clear out the part of you who's like, no thanks, girl. I'd rather stay like in my couch, binge watching Netflix all day. Although that sounds amazing. And that's something that I like to do. There's nothing wrong with that. We get to bring that part of you forward to see her, hear her, witness her, so we can release her and integrate her so we don't have this constant battle going on within us. Okay. So it doesn't feel like working towards your desires is this battle, this internal conflict. Okay. And I know you've done all of the things. I know you have, and that's why you're here. I know I don't even need to say it, but I know you've done all the strategy, the content. You may have a podcast or been on other people's podcasts. You've hosted events. You've launched. You've done retreats. You've done programs, okay, offerings. And I know that the part of you who deeply desires to be known and famous in your body of work, and you may be like, I don't understand how there's a part of me that doesn't want to be known and famous and seen and highly paid. Is there? I hear you. If any, like, huh, is coming up. And here's what you need to know. Okay. We love analogies. Have you ever dated someone who was like so shitty to you and maybe just like, I don't know, a person you wouldn't normally be with who didn't have the same values, morals, whatever, who put you down, who made you feel less than about yourself? And you look back on it and you were like, why the fuck did I even date them? I don't even know. Okay. However, before you got into your next relationship, because you broke it off with this person or whatever happened, it ended. Before you got into your next relationship, you then put this guard up. almost like this shield, like this body of armor to protect yourself from getting hurt or from getting heartbroken again. And you could feel yourself having that shield up. You could feel yourself looking for red flags, looking for a problem, okay, in your next relationship because you didn't want a redo of that shitty relationship of what happened in the past. Yeah. Can you guys let me know if you've experienced this before? Yes, we've all been there. Hi, Samira. I just saw your beautiful face. Hi. So we do the exact same thing in business, exact same thing, whether you know it or not. All right. Most of us do this unknowingly, which is why we rewire our subconscious here. So this is what it can look like. You were like, whew, I'm plugged in, tapped in, turned on, activated, and here I am in a content flow. Like I have content flowing out of me. This is amazing. And then all of a sudden, algorithm has another whatever the fuck. Engagement took a hit, and you felt like no one sees me anymore. I'm not visible anymore. What more can I do so that I can be seen? What more can I do so that I have the traction? And then you get this like, ugh, I hate creating content. I don't even want to create content anymore. And you feel like you have to. Or because of the algorithm and lack of engagement, when you do create content, you start to censor yourself. You start to filter your words, maybe your language, maybe your personality, because you're like, will people resonate with this? Will people like this? Will this be relatable? Or am I going to trigger someone? Ooh, I can't say that. I can't say that. Okay. That's a self protection barrier. What else this can look like, or how else this can look, is you were making money that you desired, and then all of a sudden you had an income dip, or you're having this season of business that you're having a lull. And then you go up in your mind, out of your body, and you're questioning if your work even works, which then has you constantly checking Stripes, checking PayPal 17 times a day to see if any sales came in, which you're unknowingly reconfiguring your field and putting up this wall that's repelling soulmate clients. Okay. Kelly, what do you mean? Why would I repel soulmate clients? Because a lot of us, whenever we experience an income dip or a lull, that makes us feel, because as humans, we're meaning making machines, we put meaning around that and we make it mean maybe my work doesn't work. Maybe I can't do this. Maybe I'm a failure. And because your mind and body want to self protect you from those unprocessed emotions, it then won't allow you to go all the way in subconsciously, energetically, and emotionally because you don't want to experience that hurt again. Okay. Another example is you had one client who didn't get the results they wanted immediately and maybe blamed you or had a problem. And so now every time a client pays in full, you're like, oh my God, is this going to work? Are they going to like me? And you can feel your stomach drop, like you have to prove your worth and value. Okay. And so if you've had any of these experiences before, all that's going on is that your brain and body are protecting you from something that didn't work out in the past. All right. And what I want you to know is that no strategy will fix that. But what will fix that is rewiring your brain, getting your body on board, and completely shifting your identity. And how amazing is it that you can do that quickly? And it doesn't need to take 7 years to do that. Okay. And something I really want you to know and just feel into this is you can only be as rich and wildly known as your brain and body allows you to be. Let me know what comes up for you in the comments when I say that. Let me know if there's any like, huh? Or, oh, that makes sense. You can only be as rich, wildly known, seen, visible, famous as your brain and body allows you to be. Makes sense. So true. Yes. I love this. We're on the same page. I didn't know this for like the first 5 years of my business. Okay. I didn't know that. So here's what I want you to know. Have you ever heard of it? A lot of you here in the mastermind, so you already know this. Have you ever heard of your default identity? Let me know in the chat. Yes or no. Your default identity. Just think of default mode. So, like I said, someone who's been in the game, business for years, I've invested in all of the strategy, all of the programs, all of the coaching. I mean, all of it. And I thought that there would be just another strategy that would like save me. Okay. That's where I was at. I'm burping, so we're having a release. It's not about the secret strategy. It's not about the magic pill. This has everything to do with your identity. And each and every one of you here has a default identity that your brain and body will always take you back to until we rewire it. Why? Why will your brain and body always take you back to your default identity? Because it's known and because it's familiar. And because there's cells, receptors in your cells in your body that crave the familiarity of this default identity. Just like how you're, just like, you know, when you, well, say you cut out sugar, okay, which like that takes a lot of willpower. And when you integrate sugar back in, you're like, oh my God, where am I going to get my next sugar fix? Like your body craves it. You won't even be thinking about it and you'll be like, I want some sugar. Okay. It's like that. So when you get to the root and uncover this default identity is when you can rewire it. And that's what we're going to do today. Okay. So this is what I do with my clients through a technique that's called neural energetic encoding. A lot of you here have done this with me and know what this is. But for those who aren't familiar, this is where we get you into hypnotic state and we take you back to either 0 to 7 in the womb, past life, or generational when you made this decision. That decision then perpetuated into beliefs, habits, patterns, behaviors, and identity. And your subconscious mind, it's so cool, reveals to you this decision that you made. We process it, process the emotions around it. We break free from the chains keeping you stuck in the past. And then your subconscious mind reveals to you what it needs to learn from this event so you can move forward. And what's so cool is that your brain, your mind reveals that to you. No one else can reveal that to you because your brain, your body has all the answers. Okay. So here's how we're going to begin to do this today. We're going to uncover your default identity and we're going to rewire it. And before I do that, I just want to quickly tell you how I uncovered my visibility block, rewired it, and in less than 24 hours later, went viral. And then less than 24 hours later after that, I received a DM to be on the cover of a magazine and a billboard in Times Square, which is happening this summer. So excited. You guys will see. This is like so fucking awesome, a dream of mine. And it happened like that. Okay. Thank you. We love celebration. Celebration is the frequency of success. Yes. So I'll tell you that in a second. Do you desire to be the go-to in your industry? I'm asking, duh. Yes. I have asked you, babes, this at least 3 times now because I really want you and I invite you to bring this desire forward because so many of us are like, yeah, I desire to be known. Yeah, it would be cool to be on a magazine, maybe. Yeah. Right. And we just downplay that and just like push our desires down. Yes, yes, yes. We're no longer here to downplay our desires. Your desires are coming through you because they're meant for you. So why are we minimizing them and being like, yeah, that'd be cool one day. I don't know. Is that really for me? I don't know. Of course it's fucking for you. You would never have that download in the first place if it wasn't for you. And can you, and again, I have a little plan of asking you this 3 times, probably 7 times throughout this masterclass, so that you can bring your desires forward and be so fucking honest with yourself and claim it. Because when you tap into just holding the power of your desire and claiming it, ooh, that's what's felt. That's when you're plugged in. Okay. We're no longer downplaying our desires anymore. That should be a hashtag, but we have to figure out how to shorten that. Okay. So before I went viral and had the cover of the magazine and the billboard thing, even though I've been doing this work, okay, I always talk about there's different layers that we are uncovering. I didn't know until I did this one thing, which I'll share in a second, that my body didn't feel safe being visible as fuck. Like viral visible. I didn't know that. And what I uncovered, because now, after doing this for so long, I can be the rewire of my own brain. I thought this is like, and I'm sharing this with you vulnerably because what protects us from what we desire can sound so silly when I share this out loud, and you'll hear it in a second. But your body doesn't think it's silly. Your body thinks it's the truth. And then it doesn't allow it in. And your brain thinks it's the truth. Okay. So I thought that going viral, having more eyes on me, meant more work for me. And not just specifically more work, but like living in my DMs on Instagram. I thought that, like, that felt like my truth. And because I had that feeling unknowingly, that feeling turned into my truth. However, that wasn't the ultimate truth of how it actually works. Okay. And because of where I am, I have two kids, three, almost 4-year old and one and a half year old, and have my own business. And, you know, like, I guess I should clean the house and stuff like that. But I don't want any more on my plate right now. I just don't. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't. So because I don't want any more on my plate, my brain and body thought that by me being more visible, being more known, equated to more work, living in my DMs, but I didn't want more work. I wasn't allowing myself to be visible. Do you see this tie? Do you see this rule? Okay. So, how did I uncover this? I need you to know that awareness is key. Again, for those who are in my world, they're like, I know, we say this all the time. Awareness is key because most of us are hypnotized by stories, habits, patterns, behaviors that we don't even realize that we are doing, moving, and identifying as who I lovingly refer to her as the basic broke bitch. Okay. When you are aware is when you are in control. And I want you to drop this in the chat to really lock it in. When I am aware is when I am in control. When I am aware is when I am in control. When I am aware is when I am in control. That's our nice mantra. And this is your indicator. I am aware. When I am aware is when I am in control. Lock that in. Yes, because we desire as humans to be in control. Amazing. So, like I said, I did my own brain work on myself. And because I was aware, is I was in my kitchen and I was thinking about being more visible. And I had my phone open on Instagram and I was in the DMs and I was like, this feels like a lot. And then, by the way, I have a virtual assistant, so I have support in my DMs. I know that logically, I know that consciously. Guess who didn't know that? My brain and body. Okay. So, because my brain and body did not know this, I was like, holy shit, I never made this connection that by being more visible meant more work, meant living in the DMs, meant no time for my family, no time for me. So I'm not allowing it in. I'm not allowing it in. I get to train my nervous system to feel safe being seen, safe being supported, and train my body. So what am I going to do? Oh, let's listen to your hypnosis that you made to be safe, to be seen, that you made for your clients. I listened to that the next morning. I began to train my body. And what I was doing, by the way, you'll learn some nervous system techniques today. But what I was doing was just walking around my house being like, I'm safe being seen. And not just seen, I'm safe being visible as fuck. I'm safe going viral. I'm safe having more people listen to and hear my message. I'm safe being seen and I'm safe being supported. Okay. 20 less than 24 hours later after that, a TikTok video went viral. Less than 24 hours later after that, I was like, I am safe being seen because I don't give a fuck about the comments. I don't give a fuck about anyone else judging me because it's not about them. I was making it about everyone else's feelings and trying to make everyone else comfortable. Okay. Feeling responsible for other people's reactions and perceptions of me. And here's what I want you to know. If you feel like you want to be seen, deeply desired to be seen, to go viral, to be famous, yet you're taking on responsibility for how other people perceive you, you're not going to allow that in. Your only responsibility is how you perceive you. That is your only responsibility. That is what you can control. Your only responsibility is how you perceive you. And when I decided to really see myself and stop being responsible for other people's hate comments or judgments or whatever the fuck, and when I really flipped the mirror around and saw myself, went viral, and then got the DM to be on the cover of the magazine and the billboard in Times Square. That happened very quickly. So if this is something that you desire, let's fucking identity shift. So let me know in the comments if you're excited to identity shift. And we're going to uncover what it is that you're afraid of first. Yes. You're like, duh, I'm here to identity shift. That's why I'm here. Yes. Okay. Amazing. Yes. So tell me, yes, yes, yes. I love it. So fucking excited. Amazing. Okay. So tell me, because oh my God. Ugh. Sometimes I tap into energy and my voice can't keep up. We know what it is that you desire, and we get to uncover the shield that you've been holding up to protect yourself. So let me ask you and ask your body, ask your soul, ask your energy, ask yourself, what am I actually afraid will happen when I become wildly known and rich as fuck? What am I actually afraid will happen when I become wildly known and rich as fuck? And just tap into that. What do you see? What do you feel? What do you hear? What do you know? What am I actually afraid will happen when I become wildly known and rich as fuck? And without even thinking about it, just notice what comes your way. And I want you to write it down. And I invite you to drop it in the chat. Okay, it won't last. Amazing. I hear that one a lot. It won't last. My family will judge me. This was mine. I'll be expected to do things. There was a lot of expectation my brain and body had. Okay, loss of my freedom. Yeah, that ties into more responsibility. Less time with family is a big one. Yeah, loss of my freedom. What are you actually afraid will happen when you become wildly known and rich as fuck? I won't be able to do it all and I might lose it all. Okay, amazing. You guys are doing great. Yes, that I won't be able to manage it. Judgment from those around me, acquaintances mainly, and become isolated. Okay. Yes. All right. How does it feel sharing that? How does it feel seeing, hearing, witnessing the fear and then speaking that fear out loud? Vulnerable. Raw. Yes. Yeah. And let's take a moment to really truly celebrate yourself because this is exactly what most people won't sit with. Deeply vulnerable. Jenny says, great. Yes. This is exactly what most people won't sit with. That vulnerability, that rawness, that like, oh my God, is this really what I think? Holy shit. Most people won't sit with this discomfort. And if we can't sit with it, we can't clear it. If we can't sit with it, we can't rewire. If we can't sit with it, we can't shift it. So, how fucking incredible is it that you're taking this moment to notice it, to become aware, to hear it, to see it, to witness it? Because when you do that, you begin to dissolve its power over you. Okay. And so, just burped, releasing, looking at what some of you shared, I won't be able to do it all, right? There's this more money equals more responsibility. That's telling me that more money equals I have to sacrifice something. I won't be able to manage it. Yeah. More money, success, visibility equals more responsibility, more things to juggle, more things to hold. Yes. Judgment. Yeah. And the judgment feels like it's not safe to be seen. It's not safe to be seen as rich. It's not safe to be seen in my gifts. Yeah. Okay. So, looking at this now that we're seeing, hearing, witnessing ourselves, are you unknowingly identifying as, this is me, the one who just gets by? Are you unknowingly identifying as the person, the woman who's not enough, who's meant to struggle, who can't be seen in her gifts, the one who's doing everything but getting nothing in return, the one who has a hard time making money, the one who's not meant to succeed? Who and what have you been identifying as and with? And right here and now, we're uncovering your default identity. My default identity was I was the one who was meant to just get by. I'm meant to just get by. And I carried that for my entire life until when did I uncover that one? 4 years ago. Okay. One more fear idea. Being rich, then the opposite happens. It fails and losing the money. Yep. So usually we have that subconscious belief because we've seen that happen to someone in our family or that has happened to you before. Okay. And then we believe that as the truth and then keep operating as I can't make a lot of money because I will lose it all or because that's just what happens. I've seen people make a lot of money and they lost it all. So that's going to happen to me. I don't want that. I've seen that. I've been in the emotional depths of it. It was horrible. I don't want to experience that. So I'm not going to let it in. Okay. What is your default identity? And I want you to drop this. I invite you to drop this in the chat. Mine was I am the one who's meant to get by. That's what I always came back to. I'm not worthy of that lifestyle. Yeah. Again, this is vulnerable. We're seeing, hearing, witnessing ourselves. Okay. My default energy is just enough so I don't come off greedy / having too much. So I'll take the minimum to cover basics. Yep. Not good enough. It's not safe to be seen in my gifts. Yeah. Yeah. You guys are doing great. And just reading these, it's like, wow. And maybe for some of you sharing this, others can relate. They're like, oh yeah, I've had that. I didn't even realize I've had that. Staying small, not seen. Yep. I make enough to get by. Self-sabotage. This is too good to be true. And bam, it's all gone so quickly. Yes. You're doing amazing. So uncovering your default identity, again, remember, awareness brings you back into control. So you can see, Oh, I'm being pulled back to that old default identity. Oh, I'm going back to the default. Okay. And the thing is, the one who has never enough and doesn't deserve more. Yep. Not being safe in my full power, so keep small. Exactly. Okay. Yes, you're doing amazing. The thing is, and here's what happens, a lot of us will pull in affirmations, do the journaling, do the things, and we'll be like activated. We'll be like, fuck yes, I'm amazing. I'm that bitch. And then less than 24 hours later, because we haven't rewired those subconscious beliefs and where your body feels safe just getting by, your brain and body the next day will pull you back to that default identity. And then you'll be like, I've been wanting to take this action. I've been wanting to launch my mastermind or group program and I keep putting it off. I've been wanting to launch my new podcast and I keep putting it off. Why am I doing that? I need more strategy. No, you're doing that because it feels safer to put it off and not be seen. It feels safer to shrink. It feels safer to stay small. It feels safer to be quiet. Okay. And again, when you uncover the default mode is when you can allow yourself to finally feel safe in your new identity by rewiring this identity and installing it in your brain and body. Okay. So here's a activation that's coming through, but we're not just going to be activated and then be like, cool, Kelly, thanks. Bye. We're going to allow ourselves to be activated and we're going to allow ourselves to practice this feeling of who the fuck you are and who you came here to be, to familiarize it in your brain and body. So before I even just tap into this, because I know the channel is going to open and it's going to come through, can you commit right now to practicing? I know we haven't uncovered it yet. Can you commit right now to practicing your new identity in your brain and body every single day, even when your brain and body wants to take you back to the known and familiar default? Can you commit to practicing this? And I'm asking you this because yes, because I've seen with so many people, they do this for like 48 hours, 3 days, and then once they hit 3 days, they're like, ah, and go back and live in the default identity. But because you're aware, which places you in control, you're going to notice, oh, that's my default identity. It's just a feeling. It's just a feeling that I'm experiencing. It's not who I am. It's not who I am. I thought it was who I was. I thought it was the truth based off of my experiences, based off of my feelings, but it's not the ultimate truth. The truth is, and here we go, portals open. You are meant to be so fucking known, so fucking rich, wildly seen. Each and every one of you here, whether you're live or watching the replay, you are a leader. You were a born leader. And I know that because I am a born leader and I attract leaders. That's just how it goes. That's the vibe. And you don't need to prove that you are a leader. You don't need to prove that you are enough. You don't need to convince anyone to come into your work, into your body of work, or to be in your energy. When you see that you are a fucking leader, when you see how powerful, potent, magnetic, magnificent you are, this is when you see yourself. This is when you value yourself. You get out of convincing, you come into conviction, and conviction is what's felt. Conviction is what magnetizes your soulmate clients. And this is when you're no longer like, oh my God, ChatGPT, what can I do today for my Instagram post? I don't know. My messaging sucks. My website sucks. I need to tweak this. Da, da, da. No more of that. You're no longer questioning yourself because you simply remembered who the fuck you are. And when you remember who the fuck you are, is when you feel yourself just so activated, lit up in the excitement of what you came here to do and your very unique, specific mission, message, movement that your soul chose for you. This is your purpose. You've known this. You've always known this. And it doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. It doesn't matter what anyone here is doing. What matters is what you are choosing to create, how you are choosing to move, to lead, to operate. And that right there is shifting into your new identity. And that right there feels so fucking powerful when you choose to see, I decide. I decide how life gets to go for me. I decide how business gets to go for me. I decide how my bank account gets to go for me. I decide how everything gets to fucking go for me. And here, right now, I decide to feel fucking good, regardless of what's going on outside of me. And when you can tap into that, you can see, I've said this 17 times now, that that decision is yours. It's always been yours. You just forgot. And so I invite you to drop in the chat right now. I decide how life gets to go for me. I decide. And even right there is a declaration in itself. I decide. But most of us have been allowing the external to decide who we are. We've been allowing our bank account to decide who we are. We've been deciding the number of clients to decide who we are, the sales coming in or not to decide who we are. That's not who you are. You know who the fuck you are. Yes, I decide how life gets to go for me. I decide, I decide. Yes, yes, yes. Amazing. You're a leader. You know that. And how good does it feel to tap into, I am a leader and I came here to lead a movement, a mission, a purpose that I specifically was designed to lead, to move. I love this. We get to claim it. You get to be the living, breathing embodiment of your work. That is so fucking powerful. Okay. That is powerful. And when we today and moving forward shift you into this identity, this is when I'm kind of scared of this match. This is, or whatever this is later. I got this from Jamaica and it's really powerful. So, this is when your flame is constantly lit. This is when we're no longer like this. Oh my God, I'm turned in, tapped in. Oh my God, I feel activated, lit up. Yes. Ah, that person just said I can't afford it. Right? This is when we're no longer doing that. This is when we're no longer allowing our flame to go out based off of the external. This is when your flame is lit up all the motherfucking time because you are connected to your new identity. You rewired it within you. So we're going to stop doing the I feel so good, I'm in my new identity, and then you check your bank account and you're like, just kidding. Oh God, who am I? I'm questioning my work. We're done with that. We're done with that. This is when you go from in and out, in and out, in and out to wildfire. Your flame is lit. Your fame frequency is turned the fuck on. You are felt. It never goes out. It never goes out. Okay. We're no longer going to live month to month. We're no longer going to compare ourselves to every other person on the internet, thinking you should be further along or thinking you should be somewhere else. Because when you do that, this is what happens to your flame. I should be somewhere else. I should be here in my business. I should have this, but I don't. No more. No more shoulding and no more shitting all over yourself. Okay. All of that has been blowing out your flame and we're done with that. And so to connect to your new identity, I want you to ask yourself, who am I choosing to be? Who am I choosing to be? So now that you've uncovered your default identity, who am I choosing to be? And what is your new identity? Notice what comes your way. Who am I choosing to be? Who do I desire to be? And for some inspo, you can start with an I am statement. I am safe being rich. I am safe being seen in my gifts. I am enough. I am that bitch. I am a leader. I am successful. Who are you choosing to be? And what is your new identity with this decision? Okay. And when this is coming forward for you, I invite you to drop it in the chat so we can claim it. Drop her in the chat. I am. Yes. I'm a famous. Oh, I just spit. I'm a famous and trusted skincare nutritionist. Yes. My new identity and frequency is I can have it all. Yes. Amazing. I'm feeling into your identities coming your way. And as you're feeling into this identity, notice how I keep saying feeling into it. What feelings, what emotions, what frequency is coming your way? Do you feel confident? Do you feel certain? Do you feel all knowing? Do you feel proud? Do you feel free? Do you feel safe, stable? How do you feel tapping into this new identity? I feel ready and called. Yes. And this identity may not come through right now, and that's okay. That is okay. You might need like a minute or a day. I am safe to be seen in my gifts. I am magnetic as fuck. I am magical. I am healthy and wealthy. I love myself. Yep. Feeling confident, certain, loved, loving, lovable, magical, peaceful. Amazing. Yes. So, knowing this is your new identity, again, it is okay if it's not coming through right this second. I had to like go for a walk and be like, power portal. And then it came. Okay. So, we get to rewire your brain and body to feel safe with this new identity until it becomes your new normal. Until it becomes your new normal. Okay. So, what we're going to do to begin to install this is we're going to do our EFT tapping. Yes. Let me read this one before we do that. Oh, they're coming through. I'm a millionaire mother. Ooh, I love that. I really like that alliteration. A famous transformational entrepreneur. I am safe to be seen, recognized. I feel ready and empowered. Yes. I am the go-to talent acquisition specialist in the region. I trust my skills slash gifts. Yes. I am creating a logical success just by being myself and doing what I love the most. I feel safe, aligned, and aroused. Ooh, yes, I love it. That feels good. Amazing. Amazing. So this is coming through real quick before we do the EFT tapping. If you know that this is your identity, if you know that this is who the fuck you are you ever behind? Are you ever not where you're meant to be yet? Or are you plugged into her right now in this moment because you decided to be? And if you know that this is who you are, and if you know that this is how you're moving, leading, creating, then can you allow yourself to enjoy this moment here and now instead of waiting to become her? Instead of waiting for everything that she already has, the external things, right? Yes. Do you feel that difference there? If you know that this is who the fuck you are, then you're not waiting to become her. You're not waiting to have what she has. You get to feel her now and be her now. There is no separation. There is no like, once I'm there, once I'm her, then I can have, then I will. No, you feel that now. You are her now. And can you enjoy where you are now without judging or shitting all over yourself? Can you allow yourself to feel fucking good now? Because when you do that, that's when we collapse time. That's when we're living in the quantum. Okay. Okay. Let's do our tap. Remove pen. I want to see everyone. Okay. Who here has tapped before? I know most of you have. Yes. Okay. Amazing. I'm so excited. All right. So we're going to start tapping on the outer edge of our hand here. And you can repeat out loud after me. Okay. Even though my default identity has kept me safe, has been my truth, and it's felt comfortable. And I felt uncertain shifting away from her. I felt unsafe having more for myself. I felt unsafe being seen because I was afraid of judgment, because I was afraid I would lose it, because I was afraid I'd have to do more or sacrifice or become someone different. And that made me feel scared, frustrated, deflated, and not enough. And even though I've had these thoughts, feelings, and emotions, I deeply and completely love, accept, and forgive myself. Let's move to the crown of our head. I am safe being seen. I am safe being the one. I am safe being rich. Move to your eyebrows. I see myself in all of my gifts, in all of my magic, in all of my value. Mhm. Move to your temples. And I love me. I love myself. And I love my body of work that only I can do. And I own that because I own who I am. Mhm. Move underneath your eyes. I am safe being me. I am safe being all of me. Yes. I am safe getting paid to exist. Mhm. Move underneath your nose. I am so powerful. There's no one else out there who does it like me. And I own my unique skills. I own my genius. I own my superpowers. Move underneath your mouth and that crease of your chin. And I am incredibly gifted. I am incredibly gifted. I've always known that. And it's safe for me to know that. And it's safe for me to be the go-to. Move to your collarbones. I am the go-to because I decided. I decide that I'm the wealthy woman. I decide that I'm famous just by being me. I am convicted in my body of work, and I am convicted in my leadership. Move to your rib cage, whatever you want to do with this arm. And it feels so good to lead my movement. It feels so good to lead my clients. And I know that I'm creating a ripple effect simply by being me. Move to your wrists. I get to be known. I get to be the go-to. It is safe to be seen. It is safe to go viral. It is safe to be famous. I am safe being seen rich. I am safe being seen. I am safe just as I am and in who I am becoming. Bring your hands on your body wherever feels really good for you and just notice this vibration that you just created. Notice this energetic shift and just feel into this frequency, feel into this feeling in your body. Breathe it into your field. Take an inhale in through your nose. And as you exhale, know that it is done. It is done. It is done. This is just who you are. This is how it gets to be for you. And this is how you get to lead moving forward as you, as all of you, knowing that you are seen, you are known, you are felt, and you get to be highly paid as you. Take another breath to lock it in. Take an inhale in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Whenever you feel ready, you can open up your eyes and just let me know how you feel in the chat. Let me know how you feel. Let me know what shifts came your way, any emotions that may have came up. Let me know how you feel as we just tap together. Much calmer. Amazing. Yes. I love it. Feels so good to tap, doesn't it? And to release any things that were keeping you tied to the past. Yes. Light and buzzing, light, magical. I feel at peace. Yes. Amazing. A little tingly in a good way. Yes. I love it. So fun. All right, so we're feeling light, we're feeling refreshed. Thank you for entertaining my desire because it feels good to be seen. Yes. All right, we're feeling light. So here's the thing. Here's what I invite you to do. I invite you throughout the rest of the day today to breathe in this new identity that you just claimed for yourself. And I invite you to literally walk around your house or wherever. You can even do this while driving and just say to yourself, I feel safe becoming more. Okay. This right here is something I do often for a nervous system regulation technique. It's so simple. You can do it anywhere, just rubbing your chest, or you can tap your chest or tap any of the points. I feel safe becoming more. Okay. We want to teach your body that, yes, you feel safe becoming more, you feel safe having more. And I just want you to notice if you're like, ooh, I feel my default identity coming up. It's safe for me to release this past version of me. Okay. And feel free to write this down. Rub your chest. I feel safe becoming more. If you feel yourself being pulled in your default identity because now you're aware, it is safe for me to release this past version of me. It is safe for me to release this past version of me. Okay. Because we want to teach your brain and body continuing that, yes, it is safe. Yes, I can have more. Yes, it is okay. Yes, it is okay. All right. So, like I said, I invite you, I'm not going to say, I don't want you to. I invite you to not just come here and be like, that was amazing. That was an activation. Yes. And then tomorrow be like, I feel myself being pulled in my default identity. I'm going to live here. We don't want to do that. We don't want to live there. We don't want to play out the past. We want to break the chains from the past identity, rewire this new identity into your brain and body to become her, to become the woman where you are unfuckwithable in your power, unfuckwithable in your frequency, where we're no longer doing this. We're saying lit. Oh, she went out. We're saying lit 24/7, where you are just plugged into your genius, your superpowers in your body of work. And so I have an invitation for you. I know some of you are already in here. Manifest That Shit University Mastermind is exactly what we do to become her and normalize 10 to 50K months on repeat and love the fuck out of your life and business where you're breaking all the rules, like whatever everyone else is doing, and creating your business on your own terms, getting paid to exist. So if you're feeling called to the mastermind, you can DM me the word mastermind to lock in our special one-on-one VIP bonus when you enroll before 7/11. That's easy to remember. Or if you're feeling called to become an EFT tapping practitioner, you know how I just led you through that EFT tapping session? I had no script. That was all tapping into your energy and what you desired with your new identity and what you're releasing. So this is the certification to become a practitioner, to master your energetic encoding and to teach your clients how to master their energetic encoding, to become a facilitator of transformation. This is where you become known for insane client results, getting referred over and over again. If you're feeling pulled, the Rewired Rich Practitioner certification is for you. We begin July 14th next week. So you can DM me the word certification to join before doors close. I know there's already a few of you in here in the certification. I'm so fucking excited. I cannot wait to see you really fully understand the science, of course, behind EFT tapping, how this helps your body, mastering your own energy, and then teaching that to your clients. This is EFT tapping is one of the missing pieces when it comes to work with your clients because so many of us are tied to old emotions from the past, keeping us in our default identity. And when you use the modality of EFT tapping, breaks you free, shifts them into their new identity so much more quickly, where their results are popping, popping, popping off. So again, if you're interested in the certification, just DM me the word certification. Or if you feel pulled to the mastermind, you can DM me the word mastermind. And if you feel complete, that's cool too. Either way, you are stepping into your desired identity and you're allowing yourself to be in the fame frequency because that's who you are. So every time you walk into the room, you're like, bitch, I'm famous just for being me. You decide that. No one else does. Okay. We're not waiting for anyone else, anything else outside of us to validate that. You decide that. And that's what's felt. All right, my loves, how are we feeling? I know that I just shared a lot with you and we tapped and on some energy shifts. Yes. Feeling good. You guys look beautiful. I wish I had a before and after. Before the tapping, after the tapping. Yes. Thank you so much for being here. Feeling good. I appreciate you all. I love you all. Yes, Samira. Yes, yes, yes to MTSU to anyone considering. Yes, I forget if I said the name, but that's the name of our mastermind, Manifest That Shit University. So good. Yes. And if you would like to become an EFT tapping practitioner, DM me the word certification. We start next week. Any questions on anything, you know how I am, just DM me and I'll voice memo you back like a normal person. No pressure, no weirdness. Ask me and I'll guide and support you. Oh, feeling amazing and my eyes won't stop crying. Good. You're having a release. Yes, girl. Let it out. I love it. Let those tears flow. Crying is releasing resistance. You're releasing the resistance that was keeping you in your default identity. Can't stop yawning. Also a release. Yes. I love you all. I could hang out with you ladies all day. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. There's nothing like just deciding you are the one. You are the go-to. Your work is fucking incredible because it is. When you see that, everything begins to shift for you. Okay. I love you so much. I'll be talking to you, babe, soon. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Happy 7/7 portal. Ooh, we just shifted. You're so welcome. I'll be talking to you ladies soon. Yes. Bye, my loves.